Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another party prep. Today we are doing a Roblox 5th birthday party for my son Tanner. Luckily there actually were quite a decent amount of Roblox decorations on Amazon, but I did wind up doing a lot of stuff myself. You know, I love my CRICUT and I'm, always learning, but I wound up buying, this was like $1 on Etsy, SVG. I just typed in Roblox SVG, downloaded it, and was able to print it out on my CRICUT to make them shirts and dresses that you'll see here a little bit later. So that is the first thing I'm working on a couple of days before the party. I will say we had a lot of wrenches thrown in this party. We had a snowstorm where we had to change the party date, and it all wound up being okay, but definitely kind of just like threw a wrench in all of it. But I was really happy that we were still able to have Tanner's 5th birthday. So again, just getting all of the CRICUT stuff ready, because what I try to do is all of the really tedious things first a couple days before the party, and I always wind up like doing random things probably like the day before, like random things that I add on. I'm like, oh, this would be cute, or that would be cute. So yeah, also with the snowstorm, it meant kids were home, so I couldn't do as much as I would have normally done. But again, everything wound up being perfect, and what I hope that you get from this video is that you can make these birthday parties come true with just a little bit of DIYs. And I'm using a Bach cakes mix. This is not for you to compare your kids' birthday parties to. This is my jam. I live for birthday parties. I live for holidays with my kids. I love this stuff. I live for it. So of course I'm extra with that. I always have been. Ever since my son's first birthday party, I've just loved doing this. And before I even had kids, I would go out of my way for baby showers, all of it. So don't compare yourself. This is just something that I really enjoy doing, and I love sharing my process. So the first thing I'm doing, this is on Friday. The party was supposed to be Saturday, but wound up being Sunday. I'm making a box cake mix. This is a delicious gluten-free chocolate cake. I feel like every time I try to make my own cakes from scratch, they just don't taste very good. This cake tasted good, however, the icing was disgusting. I'm so over buying store-bought icing. I asked on Instagram the other day who had a good homemade icing recipe for me, because the last time I tried to make homemade icing, basically the butter just melted all over my cake and it was a hot mess. So I went with store-bought again, and all I could taste was chemicals, and that, I'm just being 100% honest, the cake tasted horrible. Also, disclaimer, I am not anywhere near a professional baker. I just watch a lot of YouTube videos and try to do my best. You'll see my cake catastrophe a little bit later. A couple of different things happened. One was the fondant was a mess at first. I ripped it all out, and Chris went to Michael's to buy me more fondant at like 9:30 at night. So we have that cake catastrophe coming up later. And then at the party, I actually lit the cake on fire. So that was really interesting. Yes, you heard that right. The cake caught on fire at the birthday party, but it was all good. It wound up being perfectly fine. So let's get over the cake and go over to our mom binder here. I've had this free printable on my website for a long time now. It just kind of helps me keep my head in order when there's so much going on. I just like to have everything written down. So now that the cake is in the oven, I'm just going through and writing this all out. Usually I do it earlier, but like I said, we had some wrenches thrown at us, and I just didn't get to do my normal process as I normally would. So if you want this printable, all you have to do is go to my website, tiffanibeaston.com, and it's right there. It's free. Download it, print it out, and it definitely will help you with your birthday parties. So you saw how I checked my cakes. I just, put a little toothpick in. It was still a little wet, so I waited 5 minutes longer, and the cakes were perfect. So first I let them cool in the pan for 10 minutes, and then I'll let them cool on here. I'm going to individually wrap them and keep them in the fridge overnight just to help me a little bit with frosting them. Okay, back to our outfits. So I'm doing the girls' outfits. I got one for my daughter, one for my older daughter, one for my younger daughter, and one for my niece. So you'll see 3 dresses here. I'm just using the heat press to put the vinyl on. I will say, if any of you like veteran CRICUT users can help me out here, I would love your help. So every time I do the iron-on vinyl, it always starts to peel up no matter what I do. I don't know if it's the brand, if you have any tips for me. I know this material is a little bit weird, but even my son's, I used it on just a cotton shirt, and that started to peel off as well. So I would love some tips, because it just seems like a waste of money to be making these shirts that just instantly get ruined. I was going to edit this video into perfect little segments of like just the cake and just the shirts, but this is truly how I party prep, so I wanted to just show it's basically all over the place. That's why that list is really nice. You know, the timer was going off saying the cakes were cooled, so I went over and just wrapped them up and put them in the fridge. And I'm going to go back to the shirts, but this is just truly how I party prep. So Tanner's favorite color is green, so that's why I added a lot of greens to this party, as well as this 5 that you're about to see me iron on to his shirt. The shirts worked out great for the actual party, don't get me wrong, but after they went through the washer, they were completely ruined. Okay, so if your kids are not into Roblox, you might get completely lost at this point, but we always like to have a pinata and another activity at the party just to kind of keep things moving. I know the parents want it, you know the kids don't want to get bored, and then if they want to play after kind of going through the activities, they can, or if people want an out to leave, you want to let them be able to leave and not feel like they're missing anything either. You know, everyone's busy and they have things to do. So we kind of like to keep the party rolling, but of course hang out after as long as you want. So this is going to be pin the bacon hair on the little Roblox guy. Tanner really wanted this, and I was just trying to figure out how I would do it. I wound up just downloading a PNG of the Roblox figure, putting it into CRICUT, erasing each individual body part and printing them, you know, one at a time, laminating them, and then gluing them onto here. It was a process, but I think it turned out really cute, and Tanner definitely enjoyed it. Moving on, another thing that I really like to do is just have pictures displayed, because I think, one, it makes it very personal, and two, you can just kind of like see how much they've grown through the years. So usually this is just done for a baby. They put like 1 month through 12 months, but I like to do it for every year. So that's what I'm doing right here, is making a little banner. I just made this on the CRICUT. I added, you know, the numbers to the top, and I'm just gluing them on. This is where I always get really emotional. I was very teary-eyed making this because time just flies by, and I know that we're so busy. We have so many things to do, keeping up with the house, figuring out meals, figuring out parties, school things, life things, trying to make time for yourself and your mental health and all of it. But when you just get a minute to slow down and see how much your child has grown, it's crazy how fast time goes, and you just need to make more time to enjoy it. That's my message here. Even though I know it's so hard, I deal with it and struggle with it every single day, wanting the house to be clean and wanting to have laundry done and wanting to do flashcards with your kids and help them with homework and work and cook and do all of it, work out. It's just, it winds up being a lot, and it feels like it's very hard to be in the moment, but it's something that I work on literally every single day of my life. With that being said, lately when the kids ask to help with something, even though I know it's going to take double the amount of time and I'm probably going to have to break up a fight or something like that, I just say yes. I just say yes and do the best that I can, because this is time here spent together. This is something I hope that they always remember, and they enjoyed helping me with the balloons. So the boys are starting with the first half here with me. I want to show you, when I order balloon arches from Amazon, they always come with like this little balloon tape. It has holes in it, and you literally just stick the balloons through the holes. I do one going one way, the next going the other way. That's just my method. Balloon arches look incredibly intimidating, but they're really not that bad. So I just hope that you all can make your own balloon arch, because I know when you hire somebody to do it, the price is insane, which I completely understand because it's time consuming. You can definitely do this yourself. And of course you have to get one of these balloon pumps. Can you believe that Ella, who is 3 years old, is literally blowing up every single balloon and having me tie them? I was just like so impressed by her. She even knew when to let a little bit of air out, and I don't know, she's definitely my big helper. Alright, so next up I am doing the balloons that I have to blow up on my own. These I'm just going to glue on the cabinets. You'll see them later. Not glue them on, tape them onto the cabinets. I'll show you that later. But that's what I'm doing now. And then next we're going to get started on icing the cake, and I'm going to put that back in the fridge, and then you're going to see the whole fondant disaster. And yes, I say fondant. I'm from New Jersey. It's always how I say it. People always like to make fun of me for it, but I'm going to continue to say things the way I say them. Alright, so clearly not a professional baker here, but I got the cakes pretty leveled and now I'm doing a crumb coat. I wound up buying some stuff here for the cake from Michael's. Like I said, I'm going to tell you how I ruined the cake the first time. So I tried to use not enough fondant. Apparently you need like a lot of fondant, and I'm finally learning that as I go. So I'm doing some more icing. I'm going to try to put the fondant on, and like I said, you'll see it wasn't enough, so I had to rip it off. I had so much icing in it, I couldn't save it. And then Chris, who is an angel, went to Michael's to buy me some more. So if you're ever doing fondant, remember, you need a ton of it for it to be even and nice. Next time, the next birthday party we have is Carter's. He wants a Mr. Beast birthday party, and I have looked online. The only thing I've found so far is like his logo for cupcake toppers. So everything else I'm gonna have to DIY if he decides to still keep that birthday party theme, which is in June. So yeah, that was really nerve-wracking right now, adding that cake to the stand, but that made it. That part was easy. So yeah, watch me here with my little mishap, and then we're gonna go from there. Once Chris gets home, you'll see me putting on the larger amount of fondant, which worked out. It seems wasteful because you have so much extra fondant, but you'll see. Okay, so you can see where my mishap happened. I did not have nearly enough. I'm putting powdered sugar down on my surface and just kind of like working with it to get it a little bit more moldable. Again, no professional. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I started this thought earlier and didn't complete it because I'm delirious because nobody has been sleeping lately. But next time I would like to try using a marshmallow fondant that I make myself. So we will see how that goes. All the, baking channels make it look so flawless and effortless, but we'll see. I'm gonna try it. Stay tuned for that. Whenever I make a cake with fondant, I always say I'm never using fondant again, and then I try it anyway. But I do really like how this one came out. I always have to do a border around the side just to hide like the pieces where I cut it. But I do like how it looks with a border anyway. I just like the look of a border at the bottom of the cake. So this year's border is just some balls. So we've got some balls on the bottom of our cake here. And now I have no idea what I'm doing, but it wound up working out perfectly. I just cut out some letters that said happy birthday Tanner. I put them around the bottom, and then I'm freehanding the Roblox head, just looking at my phone at a Roblox head picture and then freehanding it, and with a lot of prayer and some toothpicks it wound up working out. So here it is. I was really, really happy with how the cake came out. It's better than I could have expected, and Tanner loved it, which is truly all that matters. So moving on, this was also a huge waste of my time. Just wanted to show you so that you don't buy these, or maybe you can tell me how I'm doing it wrong. But I bought these to do chocolate pretzel rods for Tanner. He loves pretzel rods, and you're supposed to be able to just melt it and then stick it in, and it was just honestly a messy disaster. And you can see how disappointed I am here. Like, come on. Nope, they were horrible. So I wound up only doing a couple and then not even having them. Moving on away from the kitchen, which I've never been more happy to get out of the kitchen. I'm just setting up, I always do one of our tables and a tablecloth here, as well as a little backdrop, and depending on what the party theme is, I just type into Amazon, for example, Roblox backdrop, and I can pick which one I want there, and they're great for a background for the party. And then I'm going to put the balloon arch around it. I always tie like a little string to wherever I'm going to be putting it up, and I'll use like a nail with the string. So that's how I get my balloon arches to stay up. Next up, I'm making my own pinata, well, decorating my own pinata, because I found a Roblox pinata that was a square with some Roblox figures on it for an insane amount of money. So I was like, I can totally just order a square pinata and paste some Roblox stuff on it. So that's what I'm doing for this pinata here. Then I'm going to go ahead and stuff that, as well as the goodie bags. Next, I'm just taking down this little Valentine's garland here, and I'm going to put up a Roblox banner, and then I'm going to put up some more balloons as well. I guess I can't help myself. Would you call me if I'm in the dark? I'm calling up 'cause I'm right under the stars. Would you I found this little acrylic organizer on Amazon, and I love it because I try to buy acrylic stands for birthday parties so that it can go with any theme or any holiday that you're hosting, just to have that acrylic. So I like to have them all in one spot so nobody has to ask me where's the forks, where's the spoons, where's the plates. It just, you know, it's easier when everyone just knows where everything is. Here's a little pin the hair on the bacon guy, or whatever, you know what I mean. Pin the bacon on the guy's hair. It is 12:51 in the morning and I'm finally wrapping everything up and going to sleep. So next up, I'm just going to give you an overview of everything, and I hope that you enjoy that. My friend who you have to follow, her Instagram handle is Sweet Confetti, made these cute little treats for the party as well. She also does like DIY tutorials here on YouTube on how to do all of this stuff. And then those little Roblox containers for the popcorn I got from Amazon as well. So here's just some quick little photos. The balloons on my cake caught fire when I was walking with the cake. We decided last minute to move the cake from the kitchen to the dining room, and the wind just caught the fire. The wind made the flames hit the little balloon you see there, and that was that, but it was perfectly fine. So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.